What's up YouTube? It's Mike. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build huge arms. So there's a couple things that you need to learn when it comes to how to get big arms. And here's one that a lot of people don't realize. I didn't realize until like a few years ago. When it comes to building big arms, most people, when they think about it, they're just going to go build their biceps. They're going to go there and they're going to do a whole bunch of curls. And the trick and the key is actually your triceps. Surprise, right? It's weird because, you know, triceps are in the back and you don't really ever think about it because you don't see it as often. But big triceps is the key to having your arm look just huge. Because no matter how hard you train your biceps, they will not get as big as your triceps. It's kind of like your quads and your hamstrings. You know, so, you know, your quads are basically the front of your leg and hamstrings the back. When you're training your biceps like crazy, trying to get your arm to be really big, it's kind of like training your hamstrings like crazy. You know, like somebody doing leg curls all day instead of doing like heavy squats or heavy lunges or leg presses and stuff like that to make their leg look bigger. You got to train your triceps. So this way, when you go ahead and have big triceps, they'll come out like crazy out here, and your biceps will still be good, but they won't look they'll look big totally, but it's your triceps. It's that illusion. So I have a buddy, his name is Mo, and I remember I met him over there in New York a little while ago, and man, his arm looked gigantic. I mean, I was like, holy crap, you know, and when we really got side by side and we actually like measured arms, because I was like, man, God, this dude's arms are huge. Actually, his arm was the same size as mine, but his arm looked bigger. And I was like, man, how this guy, you know, what's up? And I started noticing, well, his biceps were good, but his triceps were just so full and so big, it just looked enormous. So if you want to get big arms and also you want to look like you have big arms, build those triceps. So exercises to build big triceps. First exercise is the close grip bench. You're doing a bench press. You want to go close. So this way, a close grip is basically, here's your shoulders right here. You want to go inside your shoulders. Now, keep in mind though, when you're going close, you may put a lot of stress on your wrists. So there may be a different variation of how you want to hold it. You may hold the bar like this, or you may have your thumb over, or you may want to just adjust it a little bit this way or that way. But if it's really bothering your wrists a lot, then you may want to go just a little wider. But the wider you go, the more chest it works and less on triceps. And if your goal is to bring out those triceps, you want to go as close as you can. You don't have to have it touch. That's just really too much stress. But get as close as you can on a close grip bench. That's one of the key things to building a big ass tricep. Another one is skull crushers. And that's where you grab an easy curl bar, one of those curved barbells. You can lay down on a flat bench. You can do skull crushers. You can actually do it on an incline too. And there's a lot of different variations of how to do that. Worry about the range of motion when it comes to skull crushers. The name skull crusher is basically where you hold a bar and you're like crushing your skull, but don't take it literally. Instead of having it go to your skull or to your forehead, have it go above your head. It's much safer, and if you get tired, you don't smash your forehead. Last thing you want to do is walk around with like a big knot on your head. Nobody's ever going to believe you that you got it from working out. They're probably going to think you got beat up. So stay away from that. Go above your head for skull crushers, and worry about getting good range of motion. Try to go as far as you can so you can really bring in those triceps instead of just, you know, just like that. Go as far as you can and then come all the way up. Really good exercise to bring out really good triceps. Another one is dips. When you're doing dips, best ones to do aren't really the bench dips because it's harder to put pressure on your triceps. You want to do the ones to where you have like a parallel bar, and you don't want to go super wide on them because it works on your chest. You want to come a little bit closer to where you're about shoulder width, and you want to keep your body just leaning forward just a little bit. If you lean forward too much, you're going to work on your chest. So lean forward just a little bit and then come to about 90 degrees right here. And if you see my triceps right here, that's the muscle it works on when you're doing dips. It's going to look like that. So dips are really good. Once it becomes too easy with your body weight, you can go ahead and put a weight between your leg. You can try to wrap them with your feet. Or sometimes you can get one of those belts that have a chain at the end, so this way you can hook like a dumbbell or hook like a weighted plate on it. So this way you can do weighted dips. So now that we covered tricep exercises, some of the bicep exercises are important. Not as important for getting huge arms, but it's still going to go ahead and really look really good. So bicep exercises, the primary two exercises you want to stick with are going to be barbell and dumbbell. Straight bar, barbell curls. Your grip should be about shoulder width. You don't want to go too wide. It does work the inside of your bicep a little more when you go wide, but if you want the overall size, you want to go with a moderate and a neutral grip, which is basically your shoulders. Straight bar, or you can go with the easy curl bar again. Easy curl sometimes doesn't put as much pressure on your biceps because it allows your wrists to take a little bit more. So whatever's really comfortable for you. That exercise is really, really good for building good biceps. Another one is preacher curls, where you put your arm on a bench. So this way it really isolates the biceps and doesn't take so you don't use your forearms for all the lifting. When you're doing a lot of curling, a lot of times if your forearm is too strong, it may take over a lot of the lift. So if you want to build good biceps and you don't feel it always when you're working on it, you want to isolate it. So preacher curls is really good. Another good one would just be dumbbells. You can grab 2 dumbbells and you can either do alternating curls or you can do curls together with both arms. The key on curls, and here's a cool tip. When you're curling, let's see if the camera can see this. Okay, so when you're curling, you want to get your pinky and you want to turn it on the top just a little bit, and you kind of see that right here, right? So you don't want to curl it like this. You want to turn just a little bit. That little bit right there is going to allow you to work on the peak and work on your biceps a lot more. And also notice my wrists, how it's really straight. A lot of guys, especially when they first start working out, they don't realize this, but when they curl, they go like this. And you notice how the wrist is curled. What it does is it works on your forearms too much and doesn't bring in enough bicep. So make sure when you're curling to keep your wrists straight at all times so you can go ahead and have the best chances of bringing out your biceps instead of having your forearm do all the work. And at the end, you're going to look like Popeyes, with big old forearms and no bicep. Which is okay if you want to look like Popeye. I'm not saying Popeye's not cool, He's a cool guy, eats a lot of spinach. But but that's how you go ahead and really emphasize those biceps. So those exercises are awesome for building some big ass arms. Don't forget, triceps is the key. And if you want to go ahead and build a full arm, you have to work in your shoulders. So shoulders, military presses, side laterals, the best for that. So full workouts on how to not only just build your arms, but your entire body. Check out sixpackshortcuts.com and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.